Andersen.
Alright guys, lighting's a little funny right now, but I want to do a driving video for you guys. I drove it to work today. Check engine light came back. I just want to see if our O2 sensor codes came back or what exactly came back. So I'm going to check it right now, show you guys what to find, and then let's go on a drive. Alright guys, so good news. Everything's just related to that oil level sensor, so those can be ignored. And then the last ones are for the secondary cats, which were to be expected, because we got to disable them. We have no catalytic converters, so secondary O2s are not going to be reading correctly, but they are working. It's just saying heating capacity is too low, so that's nothing to do with wiring. So luckily that burnt wiring, if you guys saw the last video on this thing, was still intact. I just protected it, made sure it's all separated, and yeah, we should be good. So we're going to disable those later, and won't have to worry about this, but at least we know the front O2 codes did not come back yet, so more driving to test that, but at least for now, nothing yet. Alright you guys, now that we know that, at least, we can go ahead and start this thing up. Should be a first time try, hopefully. Yes! Alright. So, what I think was going on, oh, my seatbelt. What I think was going on as far as our starting issue, pretty sure it was a combination of fouled spark plugs and a little bit of air in the fuel system. So, one issue solved, still working it through its paces, but at least that part's good. So let's go on a drive. I'm gonna get this thing warmed up and I'll check back with you guys in a bit. Guys, I cannot believe how fast this thing is. It's so crazy, dude. It doesn't even make sense, man. I've never had a car this fast. It's insane. I can't, like, thinking about this. Like, thinking about this is probably, I don't know, in the range of 550 horsepower, 600 horsepower maybe. And then thinking about people that drive like 1,000 horsepower cars, it honestly blows my mind. I don't know what else to say. It's just insane. A lot of fun, but insane. Cool part is though is like the chassis itself is nice, and it's very controllable still. Like, it definitely spins the wheels as you guys saw the light flashing, but still very planted. It's a good car. And I feel like the weight distribution, it still feels like, I don't know, I always thought an M113K car would feel very nose heavy and not as agile, but it doesn't. It feels very balanced, feels happy, so I like it a lot. By the way, guys, if you noticed those shifts from earlier, that was just me doing nothing and in agility mode. If you still have a 722.6 or that's something that you're, working with and trying to develop your chassis, whatever you're doing, you're absolutely sleeping if you're not hitting up Josh for the TCM tune that he put together. The agility mode is insane compared to anything I've driven before. Mercedes 5-speed, Nag 1. Normally, like, I'm super picky about throttle response and shifts and all that stuff, and I always put sprint boosters on my cars. Josh had told me for a long time, like, oh, you don't need that. Like, once I put the tunes on this and that, like, I'll be able to make it feel snappy like that. And I believe him now, because I definitely don't need a sprint booster on this car. It's plenty peppy. Shifted twice on accident. Suspension changes that I did in the last video also definitely made an improvement. Not perfect, but it definitely feels a lot better than it did. They're stiff, they're coilovers at the end of the day, but I can try to dial in a little further, but I'm a lot happier than my first adjustment I tried to make. You can still hear some of those little clanks in the front end. And that may just be how they sound, or it could be the top bearings may be a little bit spent on the towers themselves, but who knows. Alright, you guys, just got back home. I'm gonna go ahead and check this thing out, make sure our fuse didn't pop again, and double check our codes. Let you guys know. What's going on, you guys? A few days later from the last clip you just saw. I've been under the weather, so haven't really recorded as much as I wanted to be, and didn't get to take it out for more of a drive. I was planning on making this, a little bit more of a drive video, but instead, just closing it out. I'm gonna go check right now to see if those codes did come back. I haven't got a chance to check and make sure that the fuse did not pop. As long as that's good to go and we're not getting those problems with the primary O2s anymore, I'm good to throw on our Z-Tronics kit. I wanted to give a shout out as well, special shout out to C32 on Instagram. If you guys don't know already, definitely a legend in the C32 game, and very knowledgeable and has a lot of experience with the Z-Tronics kits, and basically sent me out like a full wiring diagram of what worked for him and his setup. So I'm going to try to replicate that on the CLK and get that thing hooked up so we can properly just measure everything that's going on with the car, and most importantly probably get a read on what the AFRs are currently. So I'm in the middle of a big project in the garage. I'll let you guys put your heads together and figure out what you think's going on, but yeah, we're busy, like I said, so having some down days is taken away from a little bit of the progress, but it's all right. I gotta rest, just how it goes. So let's go check right now. I haven't got a chance, like I said, read the codes on the CLK, make sure we're still just seeing the secondary O2 codes and nothing to do with the primary. So let's go check. All right, guys, so good news, still got the exact same 5 codes, and 3 of them are related to the oil level sender and all that stuff. So I just need to get a new one of those. Next time we do an oil change, I'll swap it out. But yeah, we're just getting the rear O2s or secondary O2s, and it's just heating capacity too low. So that's a good sign, guys. Glad to kind of be out of that problem scenario, and can start moving on with the rest of the wiring. So I'm freezing. Let's go back in the garage. It's a little bit warmer in there, and I'll close you guys out here. Man, it is so much nicer to work on the cars in the summertime. It is quickly getting really cold, you guys. This is like I don't know, supposedly there's El Nino this year for winter, so it's supposed to be like drier than usual, but it definitely feels colder than usual for this time of year, being October. It's freezing. It's been like 30 degrees the last few mornings. So yeah, definitely bundling up, and gonna need to bust out the heater in the garage again soon. I have it sitting over there waiting, so that'll be back fired up here in the next few projects. Quick overall fleet update, I guess. Like I said, we're in the middle of a big project on the Mars Red C55. I'm really waiting to get that thing done before moving on to any other big projects. But I will be doing the wiring for the Z-Tronics kit, like I said, for the CLK, getting the AFR gauge set up. We have our Star DOS kit now from Josh. That is super good quality. I'm really happy with that, and we'll make a full video on that later on. And once I figure out how to use it, I'm somewhat familiar, but not that great. So once I figure out how to use it, I'll make a proper in-depth video kind of guiding you guys a bit, and showing how we're going to disable the rear O2s. And then I'll also do, you know, simple stuff like how to disable EGRs and SAI, stuff like that. So that's something that'll be coming up. The Bands on Our Budget project is just waiting till this thing is done, because we're going to be doing that in the garage. The plan is basically pull the coupe into the garage, pull the motor, get the coupe out of the garage, and start disassembling all the pieces off of it that I'm going to sell, and see if anybody wants to buy the shell. If the shell doesn't sound like I'm doing Sally sells, she sees, anyways, sounds like I'm making a rhyme up. But if the shell doesn't sell, there's a chance I might just hang on to it and make a build out of it, because it's a pretty damn clean shell. It's a slick top, sport coupe. It's already set up for manual gearbox, all that stuff, which we're going to be pulling obviously, but it's kind of got like all the things there to make a really cool, you know, possibly M113 6-speed car or whatever else. So we are going to be robbing a bunch of parts off of it, but I can always replace those later on down the line. But yeah, we'll see if anyone is interested in it as is. After I pull what I need from it, then I don't know. We'll see. But that's something that has to wait for a little bit. Hopefully not too long, like another couple weeks, and we'll be able to get that thing started. Once I get the engine out of that, we'll pull the 190 into the garage, and I'll start prepping that thing, the engine bay and all that stuff to, you know, get M113K into its new home. And besides that, Silver C55 is going to be donating a few of its interior pieces to the red C55, and I kind of want to go further down the rabbit hole now with that thing. Specifically, I'm talking about the headliner. The headliner in my Silver C55 is good. The headliner in this thing is sagging. So I figured, hey, if I got to take one out, might as well learn how to do it on the other car, pull the good one from the Silver C55, take this one out of this car, either recover it or do what I need to do, because I'm going to end up doing the sunroof delete on the Silver C55. So I may not even run a headliner, and I'd like to start getting rid of a lot more of the interior pieces in the Silver C55 and just do it like cleanly, so it's not like exposed wires and all that stuff all over the place, but just like make it look clean. I even want to ditch the carpets and stuff like that and make my own like skid plates by the pedals, but that'll come in time. I just going on a rant right now, I guess, giving you guys an overall update. So MO55 is getting its second leg of its kind of mini restoration here soon. I just got to do valve cover paint and intake manifold, redo the gaskets on the valve covers, and then besides that, it doesn't really need much else. I still need to take it for an alignment. We haven't, just because it drives pretty good the way it is after doing all the front suspension work, or steering work related, I guess, more so. So we'll keep going with that. But yeah, we are definitely staying busy. As you can see, something over there. So yeah, by the way, I just got these. Figured I'd show you guys real quick. I needed these for this car because the other side is missing, and these are 10 bucks on eBay, so I'll see how they fit. But I normally get the OEM ones, the TYCs, but they have gone up extremely high in price. They were like, I don't know, like $30 or $40 a piece. I just didn't feel like spending that, so I bought these for the time being. I'll probably rob some off of a junkyard car later on, if I want some OEM ones. But yeah, it was a cool little discovery on eBay. They look pretty good quality, so it's 10 bucks for 2 of them. Nice. Anyways, I got a lot of engine work to do on this car, just refreshing stuff. I picked up the other breather cover from the junkyard that we're gonna swap out because this one is not looking so hot. It's got, you guys can't see in here, but it's corroded and just not looking great. So we're gonna do the intake manifold and valve cover, but I'll start with valve covers first, and then we'll move on. Reach out to a couple companies to see if they can send over EGR plates and the SAI plates. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Sorry we didn't get to do more driving with the CLK in this video, but at least you guys got to see it rip a little bit. It is insanely fast, like I mentioned, and at no time in that video from earlier was I even full throttle. Maybe for like a second on that for first and second gear pull. I don't even think so though. I think I was maybe 3/4 throttle. So when you do put it full throttle in first gear, it just lights up the tires. I really want to take this car to a drag strip. I've never been myself, and it's like the perfect car to finally try to do that with. So once we get it all the way dialed in, then I'm excited to bring it over there and try it out. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your Friday. I know a lot of colds are going around, so if anyone else is feeling like I'm feeling right now, I hope you guys feel better. And yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Might do a little live video this weekend. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. And otherwise, see you guys on Monday. All right? Have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.